Yeah, hello, welcome to another update on the S&P 500. I want to take a look at the daily chart here, and my view remains that this entire move to the upside from the 2022 low can be classed as an ending diagonal pattern. Talked about that before. The idea is still that this move to the upside can be an ABC structure, yeah, and microstructure wise, there are quite a few ways how this can be counted and interpreted. What my view is we do technically have, guys, enough waves in place on the daily chart to consider this entire move up complete from the April low. I treat this as an A, B, C structure, and the C wave is a 5-wave move. I can easily label it like that, which means that in this area, potentially a major top could form. But I said it many times to you before, I will not put in, let's say, I will not confirm a major top until we actually break some support levels. And so far, so far there hasn't been any weakness, yeah. And so I think it's reasonable to see this move to the upside as ABC structure, but whether that is all of the fifth wave and we start a larger correction, or just the A wave, yeah, of the fifth wave, and we get one more high on the macro, that will really only become clear in the first larger pullback. The problem is, and I mentioned it many times before, this move up from the April low is so difficult to interpret. It's probably one of the most difficult structures I've ever had to deal with. And I've been tracking. I mean, Elliott Wave. I've been tracking Elliott Wave structures more than 15 years. The main reason is, first of all, where it is located in the macro. I mean, we talk about here potentially the SPX completing a nearly 100-year-long impulse. But also, there is really no pullback in this entire move down, so entire move up. So structurally, really difficult to understand. Because without any clear pullback along the way, you don't really have the structure that you need for clarity. So, I mean, all I can say is that there is still scope for further upside, for some further upside. If I zoom in a little bit, so you can see that better and understand that better. With that additional high here, I mean, again, I'm leaning towards the orange count, so that this is only a larger A wave, but yeah, I'll keep you updated about any changes. But looking at the smaller time frame, this would be 1, 2, yeah, wave 3, 4, 5. So this is a fourth wave low, the end of September low. So the fifth wave to the upside is likely unfolding right now. But then again, is this really going to be a more substantial top? Do we start a B wave pullback or a larger correction here, or is it something different? I mean, I'm always considering other scenarios, and don't think any of this is really carved in stone. I'm considering lots of other scenarios in parallel, but I don't want to overwhelm people. I'm also tracking in parallel. I'm just saying I'm also tracking in parallel a scenario where this move to the upside is actually a 5-wave move, yeah, and this A wave turns into 5 waves. I'm not going to put that onto the chart, not to confuse anybody. It doesn't make any difference in the short term, but it would be something like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, so that we could get one more high, because an A wave can be 5 waves. An A wave can be 5 waves. I'm definitely going to study this potential further, but without even having any top in place, we don't really need to focus on that. Earliest indication that we get a top in place would be a break below the $6,575 level. I'm definitely going to study the chart more, and we'll see how the price reacts now here in this area, because we are now arriving at the next key fib level at $6,730. There is potential for some resistance there. If we start to see a pullback, then I will start to map out the structure for a correction, which could then be some kind of an ABC structure, and maybe just an internal fourth wave. So I will then definitely start to track that for you. So that gives a good idea of where we are. The trend is still up, especially as long as this last swing low from end of September is holding. Hope that helps. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.